Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Relationship Communications Weekly Live. I'm Lisa DeTavel, your host, and today we're going to talk about overthinking or simply processing. But I do have a lot of other things I'd like to share with you prior to us diving into our topic. So, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm the founder of Relationship Communications, where I coach and mentor established and aspiring professionals that to create and grow and scale their network. Relationship Communications Weekly Live is a tactical and practical show that we do every week at the same time, every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I hope you'll put that on your calendar and make plans to join us every Friday morning at 10. We are sponsored by Tiger Eye Solution, my virtual assistant business. And at Tiger Eye Solution, we work with speakers and coaches and professionals to help them grow their business and take over those tedious tasks that they may not enjoy doing so that they can enjoy being the CEO and do what they love to do within their business. And we do this virtually and in our online community. So if you're joining me live, please do say hello in the comments and tell me where you're coming in from. I would love to hear that. If you're watching this later, please do use hashtag replay so that I know you're watching this later. And I'm going to share a lot with you today. So if you do have any questions about anything I share, use hashtag question and then state your question in the comments below this video. We are streaming in various places. If you're not part of our Facebook group, Relationship Communications, please head over to Facebook and join. It's a free group to join. We are very active in there. There's a great place to network and meet other professionals. So if you're not a member already, head on over there and join. We're also streaming on YouTube. So if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you will be notified every time that we do go live. So before we do dive into our topic, I have a little bit of information I want to share with you, and I'm going to share. I'm so sorry. Let me get on the correct slides. Sorry about that. Just give me one moment to get the correct slides up here. I apologize. Technology, right? Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about my backstory. This was me and my 3 children when I was a single mother. Okay. So I want to share a little bit, about my past before my current marriage and my professional life actually started. I've been married twice and a single mom twice in the past, and my life was not always easy. My first husband was very controlling, and our marriage was far from normal. And although I was married, I felt more like a single mom from the very beginning. However, my 2 boys did come from that marriage, so it wasn't all bad. That marriage lasted for about 13 years. I'd had enough by that point and knew I needed to move on and find a better life for myself and my 2 boys. Then I married my daughter's father, and that was a roller coaster ride, to say the least. So many ups and downs and everything in between. And that marriage lasted for about 4 years. And then, of course, my beautiful daughter did come from that marriage. So there was something good from that marriage as well. And then, of course, now I am married to my husband, Jeff, and who loves and supports me and the kids. So although those years was a struggle, it did help mold me and make me into who I am today. And who I am today is, of course, I was a preschool teacher as well back in those years, being a single mom, going through those 2 not so great marriages. I was still working in the classroom as well with the preschool kids. So this was me in the very last classroom that I was a part of prior to starting my first business back in 2018. So I learned a lot from being a preschool teacher, from my marriages, from my personal life, and the classroom life. I did learn a lot for sure. Then, of course, in 2018 is when I started my first business, Tiger Eye Solution. I took a training program and earned a certification. So I'm a certified virtual expert. And then, of course, in 2020, when the pandemic hit, is when I decided to start building a team. So in 2021 is actually when the team was created and put together and started. And currently, Tiger Eye Solution now has 11 virtual assistants on the Tiger Eye Solution team. We all kind of specialize and do different things. So if you'd like to discuss more of what Tiger Eye Solution does or has to offer, I'll be happy to have a conversation with you about that. And then, of course, this is what my family looks like today. My husband, Jeff, my 3 kids, Caleb, Matthew, and Alyssa, my daughter-in-law, Abby, and our 2 sweet grandbabies, JP and Hattie, who are 8 months old. Oh, my goodness. They're growing so fast. So a lot of what happened in my previous marriages, like I said, has made me who I am today and has helped me to value and appreciate the marriage I have today and the family that I have today, for sure. Okay. So again, if you're joining me live, please do say hello in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Tell me where you're coming in from, or if you're watching this later, use #replay. Okay. So also want to tell you about some new things that I have going on. Relationship Communications is starting a VIP club. So if you are interested in being a part of the VIP club, you can find it in the Facebook group. I posted it yesterday, how you can join. It is a paid club to be a part of. It's going to be $27 monthly fee to be a part of the club. However, you're going to benefit so much from being a part of the VIP club, okay? You'll get to build deeper relationships with others that are part of the VIP club. We're going to have special guest speakers come and talk to us, probably once a quarter. We're going to also have monthly parties, which is celebration parties. We're going to come and celebrate our most recent successes. That I think is something that's very important to professionals. They don't celebrate enough. Even if it's just a small success, it doesn't matter how big or small it is. You need to celebrate all your successes, right? So this is a place where you will get to do that for sure. So again, if you'd like to learn more about the VIP club and possibly join, head on over to the Facebook group, Relationship Communications. There's more information there and a place for you to sign up. Also, the Networking Method Academy is also something that Relationship Communications has to offer. It opened on October 2nd. I'm sorry. We're not in August. We're in October. It opened on October 2nd. And oh my goodness, this academy, I cannot even stress how beneficial and valuable that it can be to help you make the most of your networking efforts. There are 10 modules in this academy, okay? Each module has 6 to 8 lessons in it. That's a lot, right? Each lesson has, of course, content, video, and some lessons have downloadables. But there is a lot for you to take advantage of, to benefit from, by joining the Networking Academy. And once you do join, you have access to the Academy and everything that's in it, and any updates that may be done in the future. You'll have access to all of that forever, for a lifetime. Okay. So if you're interested in joining the Networking Method Academy and start learning how to make the most of your networking efforts, or maybe you haven't even started networking yet, so you want to kind of learn, the ins and outs of how to do that, this would be a great place to do that as well. Okay. And again, you can find more information about that in the Facebook group as well, Relationship Communications. All right, overthinking or processing is our topic for today. Let me get a quick drink. And let's learn about overthinking or simply processing, okay? So, we're going to talk about how to turn around your overthinking so it will work in your favor, okay? And any questions you have about this topic, please do post them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them later. I will go back and review those later. So let's jump into the whole concept of overthinking or processing. So the problem with the word overthinking, that's a big word, right? Is that we're not saying, oh, yay, I'm overthinking this. You know, we don't ever say that, right? We're giving ourselves a hard time instead when we are actually overthinking something. There are a couple of things that go along with that. One is a negative feeling. You know, when you start to overthink something, you don't feel so good about it, right? So we get a negative feeling, or we put a negative feeling on ourselves. Tell me, who does that? You know, I know I do sometimes, depending upon what it is, what I'm overthinking about. So who else does that? Tell me in the comments. You know, you never celebrate overthinking either, right? You think it's a character defect, and you treat it as such as well sometimes, right? And you trash talk yourself, or all that gibberish starts up in your head, right? So that's the biggest damaging part of overthinking. It's those feelings, all that gibberish going on in your head. You think you have a character defect, you know, all those things. And even more than overthinking itself, you're also over processing whatever the thing is, right? And the processing happens when you're scared. You know, the overthinking and that processing process starts when you're scared about something, right? So, or when we're about to send out, you know, a large email about something new, or something that we're going to be in, you know, something that's going to be different, in other words, right? Or when you're starting something new and you want to send out informational emails, or start posting about it on your social media platforms, etc. So something as simple as asking someone for their email address, that could be something that's scary for you. You know, we talk about the coffee chats all the time, right? When we're having those coffee chats and getting to know each other, at the end of that, we should be asking that person if they're interested in getting on our email list. You know, if you do have a monthly newsletter, or a newsletter of any sort that you send out, ask them if they're interested in receiving that. You know, they would have to give you their email and permission for you to start sending that to them. But that could be scary for you. And I get it. I do. I get it. That can be a scary thing. But we get all in our head about it, right? And that's all it is that gibberish in your head. Because do you think that person's really going to be offended if you ask them for their email address? Probably not. Probably not. So we shouldn't make that a big deal or a big scary issue for ourselves, right? Or let all that gibberish in our head take over. So, what if you just let go of it? Yeah, and I totally understand, because I've been there. You know, I get gibberish in my head too sometimes. But, you know, sometimes we do create a whole scenario around the what ifs, or the fact that we're scared to ask them for their email address at the end of the coffee chat, right? And sometimes maybe, it's something different. Maybe it's not, being scared to ask for an email address. It could be something totally different. And it takes us a while to get over that hump of being scared or listening to all the gibberish that's in our head and actually do the thing, right? Actually ask the next person we have a coffee chat with for their email address, or if they'd like to get on our email list, right? What we do when we do this is delay our success, right? Whether it's a big, huge project you're working on, or if it's something as simple as asking someone for their email address. Because once they get in on your email address, stuff that you start sharing, if you have a newsletter and the thing, content that you share in your newsletter could be beneficial for that person. You never know, right? And that is a success as well if someone is benefiting from the content that you're sharing. Whether you look at it or think of it as a success or not, it is. It actually is. So we need to understand that feeling when we get stuck or when we are scared to do something. You have a feeling in your body or in your gut. I just had this happen last week, actually. I had a feeling in my gut about something that was going on within my business even. And I had to sit and think about it and make a decision of what to do about it. Because that feeling in my gut was not going to go away until I did something, right? So when you get that feeling in your body or in your gut, you need to sit with it for a few minutes and decide what you need to do. Okay? And you also want to get an understanding of that feeling so that you'll know when you're overthinking. Because a lot of times when we get that feeling in our gut or in our body, we start overthinking things. I did that last week too with that situation that I had to make a decision on. So it happens. It happens to all of us, right? So, and this is a good way also to manage your emotions or your ego or your temper, depending upon what the thing is, the situation is that you're overthinking. And when that feeling happens, you know not to react in a specific way. Like last week, when that happened, I could have overreacted in so many different ways. But it was not going to be beneficial for me to do so. So I took time to myself and thought about it. Got all the gibberish out of my head. Like I said, I had that gut feeling that something needed to happen. So I had to take the time to deal with that. I did not need to let it continue. I needed to take care of it. Get that gibberish out of my head and get that feeling out of my body or out of my gut, right? So when that feeling happens, you know not to react in a negative way, okay? You should think about it. Oh, this is the feeling. I got it. It's in my gut. I need to do something. And then say, what am I going to do? Or I need to sit down and think about this and figure out what I need to do about XYZ, whatever it is, right? Because you do have a choice, right? Whether you want to react and blow it all out of proportion because you're listening to the gibberish in your head, or you react to that gut feeling or that feeling within your body and you take the time to think about it and make the best decision on how to handle it or what to do about it, right? So it's helpful, right? When you get in touch with that feeling or you realize that what's that feeling is all about. It will also help you to make a wise choice in that particular situation, just like the situation I had going on last week. Had I not sat with that gut feeling that I had and think about the situation at hand, I would have made the wrong choice, the wrong decision, right? And for me, I do have a team that I can discuss some things with if I need to. And I did have one specific team member that I called. I said, okay, this is what's going on. Help me talk through it. I can make this decision or this decision, but I want to make the right decision. So did that team member tell me exactly what decision to make? No, they didn't. However, me talking through it and getting their input and their opinion helped me to make the right decision. Right? So I hope this was helpful for you today about overthinking or processing. So you definitely don't want to overthink everything. You want to process it. So when you get that gut feeling or all that gibberish gets in your head, process it. If you need to take time to yourself, 30 minutes, whatever, to actually just sit down with that specific situation, topic, whatever it is, that XYZ, and just think about it, or call someone like I did and get an opinion or some advice. No, they're not going to help you make the decision. They're not going to make the decision for you, but you can get some input to help you make that decision or that choice that you need to make. Okay? If you have any questions about this, please do put them in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about the VIP Club or the Academy, please reach out to me about that as well. I'll be happy to discuss that with you too. Again, all that information to learn more about the VIP Club and the Networking Method Academy is in the Facebook group Relationship Communications. There's a link to sign up for both there. I will also post it below this video today for you. So until next week, I hope everyone has a great weekend.